I always thought the ancient world was gone, buried in history books and lost forever. But then we met the Waoranis. Deep in the Ecuadorian Amazon, we went searching for a tribe who still lives the way humans lived before the modern world existed.
Probably this is the hardest thing I've done till now.
To reach them, we spent 2 days on the river, navigating waters home to some of the most elusive predators on Earth.
Just look at the ice.
Yeah, look at that guy.
Get running through here, but we're gonna go find some anacondas.
We also had to cross the territory belonging to no-contact tribes who have killed outsiders just few years ago.
This was the place where the people from Bameno got speared by the no-contacted tribe.
But nothing prepared us to what came next. Going to the jungle to hunt with them. These are not the stories from a history book. This is not the past. It's happening right now, deep in the Amazon, in a world most people will never know exists.
We just reached the port, and this is where the road ends. So it's all river from here, and next 7 days we'll just go deep in the Amazon. We need to take everything that is in the car because he's going to go back to Coca.
Van con dirección a navegar todo este trayecto
You go along this river
a la zona de objetivo que es
to Bameno.
So, but we are going to cross the no-contacted tribe area called Tagaeri Taromenanes, and they cross from one side of the jungle to the other side of the jungle, and this is here. So here we cannot stop. We cannot sleep in this area. We will just cross.
No hay funda plástico. From here we are going inside of the Waorani territory. No more people from outside now, only the Waorani tribe. Welcome to the Amazon Rainforest.
Trying to stay at least a little bit dry in the current situation where we find ourselves.
It's not every day like that. This is the welcoming.
The Amazon doesn't just receive rain, it creates it. Billions of trees pulling water from the earth and releasing it back into the sky, generating what scientists call flying rivers. Invisible streams of vapor so vast, they influence weather across an entire continent.
So as you go deep in the jungle, the canopy gets so thick that the rain almost takes 10 minutes to reach the ground. But here in the river, we are all exposed. But this is the only way we can travel. The water leaked into my camera's bag. Hopefully it will work. We just started, and yeah, let's see.
We were just an hour into the river and it was severe thunderstorm. We knew this wasn't going to be an easy journey. But even getting to this river was a journey in itself. John and I flew for 6 hours from Canada to Panama, then 2 hours to Quito, followed by a short flight down into the jungle to a small frontier town called Coca. And finally, we drove 3 hours by road to the river port. The world was already starting to feel very far away. Because of the storm, we couldn't cover much distance, so we decided to camp just before the red zone. As the sun went down, the jungle came alive. No signal, no light, no one around us for miles. Just the river, the jungle, and complete darkness. While John and I were just trying to process where we even were, the locals with us were already in the water, looking for food, no torch, no shoes. Just moving through the black water like it was nothing. That moment hit different. Crazy. Everybody is doing something. So everybody is just catching fish and whatever they can for the food. It's amazing just to see how they live. The Amazon at night is a different world. We grabbed our torches and went looking for wildlife. I don't think anyone can really understand what the jungle sounds like at night until they're actually there. Even nocturnal predators like jaguars and caimans also come out to hunt at night.
Look, alligator.
Alligator?
The alligator. Look.
The eyes,
Está pequeño. Con mano, cógele, Ciro.
Tú alumbra, yo cojo.
Ya entró.
Ahí está, ahí está. No pasa nada. No importa, no importa.
It's called a spectacle caiman. They measure 2 meter and a half, no more. And so this is still baby, but he having eating a lot, so it's big belly.
But this is a big one that we caught. Just look at the eyes. Can you see? Can you see? Yeah. It's moving.
He was catching a bigger caiman comparing that. So more or less 1 meter and a half he caught with both hands. But after the caiman was not moving much, so he think, oh, it's tranquil. But after the caiman moved the head and bite a little here, only with one teeth. So just like a scratch, was not like a bite.
How big was the caiman?
1 meter and a half. 1 meter y medio, no? Big. But because of that, he killed the caiman and they ate for dinner.
It was the wildest experience of my life. The Amazon in its most raw form, most true form. And we were right in the middle of it.
Deja saltar.
How was it second day?
Really good so far, yeah, enjoying it. Haven't seen a lot of different nature today so far, but Yeah, you just never know what you're going to see around the next corner as you go down the river here. Pretty. It's always engaging.
The next morning, the weather was great, but because of low water levels, ahead of us was still 10-hour journey.
Go.
Our destination, Bameno, the last settlement of the Waorani tribe. This tribe was only contacted 70 years ago, and when the first missionaries finally found them, the Waoranis killed them. All 5 of them, speared to death. At the time, they were considered one of the most violent tribes ever documented. It wasn't until years later that the peaceful contact was finally made. But even today, this region is not safe. Clans like Tagaeri and Terminane have chosen to remain uncontacted forever. Even accidental contact can be deadly.
So in 10 minutes, we are going to enter the red zone. Yeah, we have to be careful.
And soon, we were about to cross the exact same spot where these tribes killed 2 people just few years before.
Yes. This was the place where the people from Bameno got speared by the not contacted tribe. The river was very shallow. Almost no water here. The boat was only going through the corner, but a big log was crossing in this area, and the boat stuck. The boat stuck, and the tribe was at that side and also at this side. And they come here and they took advantage that they got stuck, and they speared the people here. And the Amazon River goes like a snake, like this. Left and right, left and right.
The Amazon rainforest is so vast that at some point your brain just stops trying to make sense of the scale of it. So much wildlife, it was just phenomenal. We were on that river almost the entire day. And finally, after the tiring long day, we reached Bameno late at night. Next morning, we were amazed to see a large community of Waoranis living this deep in the Amazon rainforest. Families, children, elders.
Their families also with Mauritian. Okay. They're nice people.
Look at all the pets. Did you see?
Wild pig like a pet.
It's just a baby though?
Yeah.
They all welcomed us with a traditional dance. The Waoranis of Bameno have lived in this rainforest since before written history. It feels like a different world. For the next 2 days, we lived alongside them, learning their ways, understanding their beliefs.
So she is applying anato, which is a natural red dye made from a chiote tree.
I am making a natural tattoo of Anaconda.
Yeah.
He says, look at this. This is the spear of the no-contacted tribe. With this, they have been killing it in another place. So the no-contacted tribe killed one of the Waoranis, and when the Waorani was dead, these people went and get the spear, and they bring it here like a memory. See? It's here is big, bigger than the Waorani's spear. You can compare. This is the Waorani spear. It's not too wide, it's light, but the long, more or less same. You can see it. It's smaller, the Waorani, but look, it's not too thick. It's small, but look at this, heavy. So they say the no-contacted tribe, the Taromenanes, they are stronger than the Waoranis.
Renowned for maintaining their hunter-gatherer lifestyle, they are the fierce guardian of this land. For centuries, their traditions have been passed down through generations. And to an outsider, it seems almost inconceivable that in the 21st century people are still living this way. Every morning, the hunter leaves the village on foot into the jungle.
Here are the lemon ants, tiny ants that taste like lemon. Tastes like lemon.
How does it taste? Yeah, kind of like lemon actually. Yeah, it has a lemon aftertaste.
It tastes like lemon.
The Amazon rainforest is a natural paradise. A single tree in the Amazon can have more species of ants than the entire continent of Europe. A single tree. And we were standing in a forest of 400 billion of them.
So here we have a Curare vine.
We came almost 2 hours deep into the jungle to find this vine, and it's very rare to find this vine because again there are so many different vines who look very similar, but this particular one, lichen, is the one who they use to make the poison.
Finding the Curare vine is not easy, and when they find one, they don't just cut it from ground, they climb.
But with this, they help climbing.
Oh.
What?
No rope, no harness. The Waoranis have actually evolved flat feet over generations, specifically because of a lifetime of climbing trees. It is not a skill they learn. It is something that is literally built into their bodies. Watching them go up, fast, barefoot, completely calm, is something I cannot fully describe. They cut around 20 meters of vine from the top and then bring it down. To test the potency of the vine, they chipped off a small piece of bark and touched it to their tongue. If it had been dry and brittle, it was too old. But this one tasted bitter and had that sharp acrid smell. This one was exactly what they were looking for.
Let's go.
All the yellow color of the vine contain the venom. After when you scrape it a little, will become white. That is only the wood, no venom.
Only the bark contains the poison, the rest is thrown away. The scraped bark is then wrapped carefully in the broad palm leaves.
All tranquil, they take their time. All this is
Slowly down there.
that's how spirit.
And the water is poured through the bark scrapings, slowly through their mouth.
It doesn't throw too fast. Slowly.
So when they prepare the venom, the curare, they take their time. See? Sometimes all day, so they take their time. That's how they live here. Taking their time, they put their love preparing this, so the venom will have effect.
The poison dissolves and drips down, collecting in a clay pot below, dark, almost black, and then it goes on fire. It has to be boiled for a long time, and once most of the water has been evaporated, what is left collects on the surface as a thick, sticky paste. The thicker it gets, the more potent it becomes, the more lethal. The darts are then held over smoke, heated slowly.
See that is only 50 darts here. So every time that they have to go, for example, tomorrow they have to go for hunting, today they start preparing the venom already. Another 100 darts being put here for tomorrow ready, and they go.
They coat the tip of each dart in this paste carefully. This is after the stick is dried, and it's much lighter than this one, and it has again it's all dried up, no moisture, and it's lighter and it can travel faster. So what they do is, if you can see, I'm not sure if you can, the top of this tip is covered with the poison, and it's concentrated. So what happens is, when this goes inside the prey, it releases some neurotoxin and then it paralyzes the body. Everything about this process has a reason. They don't rush it. Nothing is accidental. This is not a ritual or the superstition. This is precision which has been developed over hundreds of years in this jungle without a single textbook. And now it was time to use it. The darts were loaded, the blowguns were ready, the spears were in hand. We were going for hunting. Everybody's getting ready and just loading the boat. So I guess we are going to go an hour or a couple of hours down the river, and then we'll walk in the jungle, and then we'll find the monkeys. Oh boy. Yeah, it's very hot today. So yeah, let's see. It's humid as well. The Waoranis are highly skilled semi-nomadic hunter-gatherers. They have intimate knowledge of the rainforest ecosystem. It's like they have a sixth sense. They can hear and smell things we just can't. And for them, hunting is part of their daily routine. Are we stopping here?
Do they know the monkeys are here, or they just guess they're here right now?
You okay, John? You need help? Yeah.
The Amazon jungle floor receives less than 1% of sunlight. It is dark, dense. The undergrowth so thick that sometimes you can barely see a few meters ahead. And it is not just the darkness. Many of the trees in the jungle are covered with sharp thorns, and the forest around you crawling with countless species of birds, insects, and animals, of which many are deadly.
They say in this river there are electric eels, so they are afraid of the river, so they don't want to cross through down there. So they're crossing through this log. Don't fall.
Every step, every branch you grab, every trunk you lean on, you have to think twice. And then there are Waoranis, completely naked, barefoot, moving through all of this like it is nothing. It's intense. It's hard to keep up with them. One moment you are with them and the next moment they're gone. Oh, it's humid, dense jungle, no trail. So we just took a quick stop and they are just cleaning the blowpipe with this long stem of the palm tree. So they're just inserting in the hole. There is a small hole and they're just wrapping the cotton around it. So that again, it clears all the dirt from the inside.
No, they just take their time, make sure everything is ready, and they go. They have all day, so they just take their time.
Their blowguns are handmade, 3 to 4 meters long. 2 pieces of hard palm wood, split, grooved and joined back together with such precision that the bore runs perfectly straight. Sealed with beeswax, polished with sand and water for days until the inside is completely smooth. Each one takes weeks to make, and the way they maintain them, the care they put into them, you understand immediately. This is not just a weapon, this is survival. The cotton is wrapped tight around the base of each dart, which creates a perfect airtight seal inside the blowgun. And at the tip, a small incision is made with piranha teeth. So if the prey tries to pull the dart out, the tip breaks off and stays inside. And the weapon is ready.
They touch the leaves.
It's not easy as it looks. Probably this is the hardest thing I've done till now. It's just unbelievable just to imagine how these people walk without clothes, without shoes in the forest. Beyond imagination. But exciting.
Ready for another 5 hours?
Yeah.
And this time we will run.
Yeah.
Now we just have been walking, so now we will run.
The Waoranis are extremely skilled hunters. They can locate monkeys by sound, listening for movement in the canopy above. Even the faint sound of urine dripping from the trees tells them what animal is up there and where. And then they call out, mimicking the sounds of the forest to draw them closer. It works every time. So they are just trying to find the monkey. A skilled hunter can hit a monkey from 70 meters up in the canopy. 70 meters. And the poison does the rest. It enters the blood, paralyzes the muscle, and it loses the ability to hold on to the branch and falls. In a world that takes everything, these people only take what they need. Nothing more, nothing less. This is the oldest law in this jungle, and they have never broken it. We thought this was the wildest experience we would have here. We were wrong.
Today we're heading to another lagoon to see if we can find the anaconda. Hopefully it's a lot warmer today, so Henry thinks that the anacondas will be lying by the side of the riverbank, getting some sun, so let's see what happens.
Here we stop because we have a lagoon just like 100 meters from here. There is a home for anacondas. So we hope they come out today because the sun is good, sun is bright. So let's go to see it.
So we are just walking down to the lagoon. Yeah, going through the jungle. It's a little bit far from the main river. And in the lagoon we'll paddle through a small boat. Let's go. Just a couple of years ago, right here in Waorani territory, scientists discovered an entirely new species of anaconda, the northern green anaconda, the world's largest. The Waoranis had always known they were here. The world just wasn't listening. They call it ube.
Esto significa río, árboles, lluvia y también anaconda que como camina y también vive dentro de árboles.
The Waoranis have reported anacondas here exceeding 7.5 meters and 500 kilograms living in these lagoons. Since these lagoons are cut off completely from the main river, the only way through is dragging the boat across the dense forest floor. The forest is so thick that you can't even see, just few meters apart. The reason why anacondas live here, it's so inaccessible that they can just live in peace. Extremely hard to reach such places. Feels unreal. I don't have a word for what it feels like to be inside one of these lagoons. The closest I can think of is Pandora from Avatar. Insanely beautiful. Every surface alive, black water reflecting the canopy like a mirror. But underneath that mirror, anything could be there. Beautiful and frightening at exactly the same time. These lagoons form when a bend in the river gets cut off from the main flow over thousands of years. The water stops moving, it becomes its own world. Warm, still, dense with life. The perfect place for something enormous to hide. Just 2 weeks before we arrived, our guide spotted a large anaconda near one of these lagoons. So we knew they were here. The Waoranis never kill them, never have, which means these lagoons have never been hunted. These giants have grown completely undisturbed for as long as anyone can remember. And a few hours into our search, we found a dead skin of one of these giants on the bank. We searched the banks for hours after that. Every lagoon, every corner, but nothing. Just the jungle and the silence. No. And that feeling that something was watching us the whole time.
Help carrying the paddle boat. Oh, she is one paddle boat. Aquí ha habido una canoita, ve. Para la próxima, para no estar cargando.
Yeah, we didn't have any luck finding the anaconda, but it's still like an incredible experience just going into the lagoons, trying to navigate the trail there and the mud that we found along the way. You ideally want to find an anaconda, but just the overall experience of going to try to find one is amazing in itself. So can't be too disappointed.
We searched for them for more than 36 hours. Multiple lagoons, but nothing. It wasn't easy. And then, just as we were heading back, the river gave us something. Even though we never got to see these giants up close, just being there in those lagoons was an experience beyond words. But this place faces a threat that has nothing to do with the jungle. The Waoranis are now working with scientists using Anaconda as living indicators of pollution. Because they sit on the top of the food chain, they accumulate all the heavy metals, and what scientists are finding in their blood is alarming. We spent time with Penti Baihua, the head of Bameno Waorani community. A man who has spent his entire life protecting this forest. Just months ago, he and other leaders from this community helped win a landmark ruling at the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, the first of its kind in the world, ordering Ecuador to stop drilling in Yasuni and protect the uncontacted tribes living inside it. These people are protecting something that belongs to all of us, a world that most people don't even know exists. We came here looking for a tribe, but we found something much bigger than that. A way of life that has survived everything, and people who are still against all odds, fighting to keep it alive. This is their home. Let's make sure it stays that way.
Es lo más importante que los ancestros o los abuelos de ustedes le enseñaron a usted para que viva aquí en esta selva. ¿Qué le dijeron? ¿Qué mensaje le dejaron a usted para que usted continúe aquí en esta selva?
Son de nuestros padres, nuestros abuelos siempre decían que esta tierra de ustedes, nosotros vivíamos antes que todo que viva, nosotros vivíamos, y también mi padre, donde decían que esta tierra, su abuelo, enseñaba que esta tierra nadie puede adueñar, porque para que pueda vivir con la selva, con tierra, y para que las generaciones que vivan, decían mi padre y mi abuelo también decían que esta tierra de ustedes, nadie puede adueñar, porque de ustedes es donde dice, por eso mi papá defendió esta tierra, dijo mi papá, esta tierra nadie puede venir a conquistar, entre ustedes puede conversar cualquier problema y puede resolver, y esta tierra va a quedar de ustedes, y por eso nosotros hemos defendido, y esto para que nuestros nietos, generaciones que vivan, cuando muere una persona importante, dejar esta historia y puede ir continuando. Esto mi papá siempre decía, esta tierra de ustedes, nadie puede venir a conquistar. Y si me cubre es la gente que vive como en la afuera, eso ella no puede adueñar, porque esta tierra de ustedes, así dejó mi papá.
Big Jaguar footprint, big. This is not baby, this is big. Look. How much I can measure with my hands.
Four fingers wide. Almost, like, almost bigger than my hand.
Algo que usted quiere que nunca los Waoranis se olviden, que para siempre exista si usted muere mañana pasado, que quisiera que siempre permanezca, algo que usted quiera decir a los Waoranis, dejar mensaje.
Bueno, lo que yo quiero dejar mensaje importante es para que los Waorani que vivan esta tierra, como mis abuelos, mis padres, dejaron luchando esta tierra, para que la selva quede como tal, la tierra queda como tal, los animales que vivan como tal, los que viven como jaguares, anaconda, papagayos, tucanes, toda especie que lo que existe en la selva que queda. Lo que yo estoy dejando mensaje es que como mi papá, mi abuelo dejaba, mi papá dejaba la historia, yo también puedo dejar historia para que las generaciones de Waorani que vivan. La tierra es vida, porque con esta tierra ellos pueden vivir. Sin tierra no pueden vivir. Por eso es lo que estoy dejando al mundo, a todos los Waorani que puede llevar un mensaje importante. La tierra es vida, porque con esta vida las generaciones Waorani que va a venir a vivir los jóvenes, es donde este mensaje ha sido importante, porque la tierra es vida, porque vivimos, respiramos donde las medicinas tradicionalmente, la selva, las flores que traen. Por eso yo dejo al mundo que la tierra es muy importante para que los Waorani sigan viviendo esta generación.